Oh, and we are live on the Red Pill News. I don't have any music to start the show. Joe Montaldo has been saying, "Yeah, should have some music at the beginning of the show and at the end of the show." Well, it's not a music show, but I get it. People have their Hawaii 5-0, da, 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 like that. But I think mine would be like, for those about to rock, yeah, we salute you, type of thing, right? So this is the deal. I love Elon Musk, and I love his antics. I like his brain. I like what he does. I admire him as a business person. I admire him as a human being. I think that he does a lot of good for people. I think he beats his own drum when these other people in the gutters are criticizing him. You know, you're this, you're that, whatever. Or they have all these politicians have all these crazy expectations of what like this guy can have his magic wand and wave it around and solve everybody's problems. That's what politicians are supposed to do through hard work and integrity. They're supposed to represent us and help ease problems that people have, or have less problems because the government's not creating them for you. So in this world of uncertainty, you see COVID, how it's going through the world, and you have this Omicron, which is even more infectious to Delta and Delta variant. Didn't think we'd see that anytime soon. So I did. I know. You guys who follow the show, man, you know that we talk about this stuff all the time. But the reality is it's uh it's something to avoid. You don't want to get sick. You want to get vaccinated. You want to wash your hands, wear a mask, stay away from large groups of people, all that good stuff. It's people who spread the virus. The virus doesn't spread by itself. The people who spread the virus, and mainly through droplets that come out of your mouth, out of your nose, floating through the air. So it's like that. But we're all in danger. And there's vaccinated people out there. You have a better chance if you're vaccinated, but they're still getting sick. There's reinfections going on out there. So I just say, because this is an international show, we broadcast to 181 countries, man. You know that? And I love all of you guys equally. I'm going to say protect yourselves, because I don't want to see you get sick. I don't want to see your families get sick, all of that. So, getting back to Elon. So, Elon Musk says what he wants to say. If you're the richest guy in the world, you can say what you want to say, I guess, right? And keep in mind, this guy's funny. He's the richest dude in the world. He lives in a mini house. He's he's very much. Me personally. I'm a minimalist. I'm not. I don't believe in clutter. I don't believe in a lot of stuff. I have what I need. What I have, I need it and I use it. If I don't need it, I don't have it. If there's something out there I don't need, I don't want it. Right. All right. Elon Musk hurls insults at Elizabeth Warren over, over her criticism of his taxes, saying she's like a friend's angry mom who randomly yells for no reason. I like that. I like it. All right. So let's see. Time Person of the Year and richest man in the world, Elon Musk, took to Twitter on Tuesday to respond to Senator Elizabeth Warren's critique of his tax-paying habits and push for policy changes. This is the same dude who said he would give billions of dollars to the UN to solve hunger and all that. Billions. He would cash in his Tesla stock for billions if he could see where the money was going to be spent, where every dollar was going, and they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it. All they had to do was say, yeah, give us the money. We're going to solve people's hunger. Oh, no, no. He wants to know where the money's going. Don't you want to know where your money's going? All the taxes coming out of your salary. Don't you want to know where that money goes? I think you'd be sickened in much of it. So, but it's interesting how that was their, oh, we can talk about it. I would, who wouldn't jump at the chance to help help all those people, right? Anyway, that's Elon Musk, right? And keep in mind, you know what? And when those earthquakes and those terrible hurricanes hit Puerto Rico, right? Elon Musk was there with his Tesla generators, supplying power for people there. He donated them. It wasn't oh, the government had to buy them and whatever. So yeah, he's that kind of guy, you know. So let's see. Warren said, let's change the rig tax code so the person of the year will actually pay taxes and stop freeloading off everyone else. Says the woman who lives in the $6 million house in Massachusetts, who is very wealthy and her husband's very wealthy. But that doesn't matter. That you know, they're living pretty high. Mom used to say high on the hog. There are or high or pie in the sky. You're a pie in the sky. All right. In Elon Musk's latest response, he wrote, "You remind me of when I was a kid and my friend's angry mom would just randomly yell at everyone for no reason. You angry old lady?" Warren is indeed a mother, as well as a Harvard Law School professor. Yeah, they still list her as the first biracial woman in Harvard Law School because she run around telling everybody she was Native American, and we all know where that went. Let's see. And they say that she's a leading progressive voice, which I take issue with. She is not progressive. She is liberal, and there's a huge difference, man. So, huge difference. Look it up. So he did not mention anything about tax proposals. A recent pro public investigation found that the billionaire, who is currently worth over $250 billion, paid no federal income tax in 2018. Policymakers like Warren have been pushing for new tax measures that would target the net worths and assets of billionaires like Musk, who are able to use perfectly legal methods not to be on the hook for federal income tax. So, who made the rules? Let's see. Did Elon Musk make the rules? You know, did he sit down and say, I'm going to make these rules, these tax rules, and they're going to benefit me and nobody else? No, it's these politicians. And they do it for themselves. They do it for their cushy, rich friends. They do it for the groups. How many big companies in the United States didn't pay taxes last year? Lots, right? And, you know, companies like General Electric, and how long has it been? There's a list of hundreds of companies that haven't paid federal taxes or even state taxes for years. And these are the biggest companies in the United States of America. Why is that like that? And they make all the profits, they're making all the money. They're not going to pay taxes because they have politicians in their pockets, right? So, this was the latest insult that Musk lobbed at Senate Democrats in recent weeks. He previously took aim at Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon with a crude insult. Wyden was the chief author of a billionaire's income tax plan that would have slapped Musk with an estimated $10 billion annual tax bill. That's funny too. These politicians think that making new rules and taxing wealthy individuals is going to save the country in some way, you know. And meanwhile, you know what saves the country? People working, people paying taxes, not everybody paying so much taxes that you're drowning in it, you know, and responsible spending by your politicians and these groups. And that's really what it is, responsibility. And they don't have it. You know, these politicians have a blank check mentality and they don't care how they spend your money and they don't care how hard you have to work to get it. Right. So, but when they do this, so now the politicians know this. If you do the math, you can take all the rich people, take 99% of all their wealth and apply it to the economy, and it wouldn't pay for barely anything, nothing. So there's, you know, so that's the reality behind it. And the politicians who preach this stuff, they know that. But you know why they preach it? Because they want people on their side. I have this plan to go after the rich people out there. Tax the rich, tax the rich. And then all the people go, oh, I'm going to vote for this guy because he wants to tax the rich people. But meanwhile, the guy saying tax the rich has a mansion and he's got limousines and they got private aircraft and they have all that and they're going home and having a better life than you off of your tax money, off of using your anger and your angst. How many people do this? This is omnipresent in the culture of corruption that we know that is politics on this earth. And it's that simple that these people, these little mini brain people, they get to a certain level, especially if they're ruthless. They have no problem moving up through the ranks, because they don't care who they screw over, who they lie to, who they hurt. And then they get to the top, and then they're making rules for us. They get in bed with these big corporations, and they're the ones who have to, they're the ones who make all the deals with our blood, right? So it's like that. Anyway, let's see. Musk also disparaged Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont, another guy who really has no realistic outlook. Bernie the communist, right? Isn't that what that is? And I'm a progressive, keep in mind. When they call Bernie Sanders a progressive, I take huge issue. There are no real progressives in the Democratic Party that I could see right now. And if you think that AOC is progressive, you don't know what progressive means. You know who's progressive? Is Ralph Nader. Ralph Nader is progressive. That is a perfect example. When I was a kid, I was a junior Nader Raider back in the 70s, man. Ralph Nader was responsible for the Clean Air Act, Clean Water Act, Clean Land Act. Not even a politician took it upon himself because he cared about the world, right? And that's who Ralph Nader was, and that's who Ralph Nader is, man. Maybe he's a little burnt out now. I don't know. He's older, of course, but there's no real progressive like that in the Democratic Party. That doesn't exist at this moment in time. There's actually a few of them in the Republican Party. You can find, a progressive who's not you know, uh, progressives is kind of funny. You can have your conservative progressives and all that too, but it's about progress. It's a simple word. It's about progress and a small government, right? You don't want to pay a lot out, but you want the goods and the services for the people. You want your people to have those nice parks without like all the stealing that goes on when they build these things and when they get them done. So there's just too much of it, and that's what the problem is. So much of it, it's hard to keep up with. Then you have to be able to prosecute people who are breaking the law and that political level, which is very, very difficult, expensive, difficult. So yeah. Anyway, here we go. Musk also assailed President Joe Biden. Oh wait, first he went after Bernie, who is aggressively advocated to tax the wealthiest Americans. Obama was in there for 8 years, and look what happened. And he ended up partying with billionaires, and now Obama's got hundreds of millions. He made these deals with Netflix and these other book deals. He's doing all right. I don't see him saying, "Hey, I want to pay more on taxes," right? But yet he was in there for 8 years, and they had control right there in the beginning. They could have done anything they wanted, like the Democrats now. They can pretty much get things done. What are they doing? What are they doing? I want you to answer that. Uh, so Musk said about Bernie, I keep forgetting that you're alive. You ever see that? You're like when they announced Bob Dole died last week. I'm like, didn't he die already? I'm like, how many times is that guy gonna die? He died last week. There was this actor Abe Vigoda, and every once in a while people would be like, oh, Abe Vigoda, he passed away so and so, and he would actually have to come out and say that he's alive, and people think, oh, is this an old show that he's on? He's alive, and so it became like the joke that is Abe Vigoda is still alive. I think he's dead now. I don't know. Now I'm afraid to say. Let's see. Musk also assailed President Joe Biden, his $2 trillion social and climate spending plan. Just, just, he said, just can the whole thing. I like that. He should be president, is Musk. You know, can he be president? I don't think he's born here, right? He's opposed to federal subsidies for electric vehicle charging stations. So what happened in California when those fires were going on, and then the electric was out, and they were trying to tell people to conserve electricity, and they had all these fuel problems. People were not allowed to charge their little electric cars, right? At least if you have a hybrid, you got some kind of other fuel that you can use to get around while your little car is charging. So I know in New York State they started levying heavy taxes against people that had electric cars because they were now driving and not paying the fuel tax. New York's got maybe the highest in the nation for fuel tax. So a gallon of gas in New York, at least a dollar of it's going to cost you for taxes. So 69 cents to New York State itself, another 18 cents around there for excise tax, and then local municipalities have their taxes in place. So no matter where you go, you're paying about a buck for gasoline. So 10 gallons in your car is $10 in gas. $10 to New York State, $10. 20 gallons in your car, $20 to New York State. So that's unfair. It's not right. And what are they doing? Most of these people are putting gas in their vehicle to go work and do something and generate money. Oh, so you work 2 hours and your third hour goes to the government, right? So we're supporting the government, everything we do, everything we buy. If I buy a nice camera lens, and the taxes are big on those state taxes, for if let's say you spend $1,000 on something, you've got to give New York State $80. It's 8%. $80. What? So why am I giving New York $80 so I can buy something for myself? It's like the mafia. Who are they to receive that money? I can see paying taxes for all kinds of things, but there's a limit where you're going to just nickel and dime people to the point where they have nothing, and we've gotten to that point. We've gotten to the point where people are leaving states like New York, and they're leaving other places because they just can't live in a place that taxes them so much. And the New York property taxes too. Big bucks, man. So anyway, let's see. In his interview time, Musk said that he thinks the government is inherently not a good steward of capital. Yeah, you got that right. And in general, I believe government should rarely impose its will upon the people, and when doing so, should aspire to maximize their cumulative happiness. I love that guy. Happiness? The hell is that? So happy, happiness, happiness, happiness. What the hell is happiness? You want to know what happiness is? We have to ask Ben Affleck. What? I was gonna go swing from Elon Musk to one of my favorite people, Ben Affleck. As I've been following their little lives, I've been having a lot of fun watching the crumbles and the bits and all these pieces kind of flow around. You know, I don't know what it is. Probably because I'm an emotional vampire or something. But I just think that people are people. Yeah, you could have billions of dollars like Elon Musk, and you're still a person. You still have your ideas. You still have your passions, your loves, your dislikes, and all the stuff that you do. Right? People in our lives die, and we mourn them and miss them and the whole bit, no matter how much you got. So, but Ben Affleck and his relationship woes. I know when he was with Jennifer Garner, like, I have a hard time even looking at her because she just seems like she's vibrating at like like banshee. I know those banshees. I've been with him. I have experience, but that's what I see when I see her. I don't think that she is right for him. I'm going to give my relationship advice to Ben Affleck. I know he listens to the show. All right, Ben. So Ben Affleck says he started drinking alcohol because he was trapped and unhappy in his marriage with Jennifer Garner. So this is an equal kick to the groin, like what Kim Kardashian's doing to Kanye, with this Pete Davidson, which I'm going to talk about because the story has gotten so much more funnier than when it started out, right? Well, funny to us. It's probably not funny to people, not funny to Kanye, but this is Ben Affleck who is now back with J Lo, floating. These guys are in love, man. You ever have that, like, you were with somebody and then you broke up with them for a while and you got good connections with them, and then, man, you go back again and it's really nice. It's like finding an old pair of shoes you lost that you really liked. They felt so good. You're just so comfortable. That's right, your old pair of shoes. Get, get used to it. All right, Ben Affleck. Let's see. Here we go. Ben Affleck said that that, that he started drinking alcohol was because he felt trapped in his marriage to Jennifer Garner while promoting his new film, The Tender Bar. About alcohol. Affleck made a virtual appearance on the Howard Stern show. Is he still alive? Howard Stern? I thought something happened. I don't know. Speaking all the truths about his ex-wife, Affleck said that's what Howard does. He likes to have the people kind of put all that stuff out there. It's a good forum for it anyway. Affleck said, "We grew apart. We grew apart, man. We had a marriage that didn't work. This happens. See, he's realistic. Realistic. He knew, but yet he turned to booze. Maybe other stuff too. Who knows, man? When you're in a relationship that doesn't work and you feel trapped, I have been there. I was there for a long time, long time, and it was horrible. And no matter how smart you think you are, no matter how cool you think you are, no matter how good you think you are, and knowing people in the world, you can get sucked up just like I did, just like Ben Affleck did, and be stuck, stuck like a mouse in one of those glue traps, and you'll pull your legs off. Yeah, I got experience there, man. Affleck said they went on, they tried to make it work because they had kids. So that's what happens too. That people get together, they pop out a bunch of kids, and then they have that connection because of the kids. And they're like, oh, we have to stay together because of the kids. You know what? That's like the worst thing you could do because these people hate each other. You end up taking it out on each other. The kids are in the middle. The kids get torn apart because of that too. And you know what? We probably would have ended up at each other's throats, he said. I'd probably still be drinking, which is part of why I started drinking alcohol to begin with. He loves saying that. How many times are you going to say that? Jennifer Garner equates alcohol. She is the bar and the bartender and the manufacturer. He continued, I was like, I can't leave because of my kids, but I'm not happy. What do I do? That's very real, though. I mean, not to joke at it, that's very real. And he said, what I did was drink a bottle of scotch on the couch, which turned out not to be the solution. You see? And he knew that. However long it took him to get to know that, oh, the hell knows, man. But she looks like a real pill. Look at his face. He's standing next to her. He looks like the most unhappiest dude on the planet. Look, someone just told him that his dog died. He just is unhappy, and she's like sitting there, like, that's right. I'm torturing you. You're Ben Affleck, world famous Ben Affleck, and I'm torturing you. I'm pulling your nuts off. with my spiky little nails, torturing you in the front of the world. The only thing you could do is sit on your ass drinking scotch. I bet she would say that to him. You drinking again? Sitting on your ass? Why don't you make a movie, Ben? What is she known for? Capital One commercials I see her in every once in a while, and that turns me off, makes me not want to use. I like that other dude with Samuel Jackson for Capital One. He's the guy I like. He should use profanity though, like he does in his movies, man. What's in your mother effing wallet? That's what you know. What that would speak volumes to me over Jennifer Garner sitting there like her. Her only claim to fame is that she tortured Ben Affleck. So, as report, what's in your mother effing wallet? Ah. as previously, as previously reported by Insider, Affleck has been open in the past about his experience with alcohol addiction after checking into rehab for the first time in 2001. It was a terrible year, man. Last year, not just that, but everything. Last year, Affleck told the New York Times that he started drinking more amid marital problems with Garner. Affleck and Garner began dating in 2004. Let's see. But he had as alcohol, so he started dating in 2004. He already had his first rehab check-in 2001, so he already knew the way to booze. He got married in 2005, and they separated in 2015, and they finalized their divorce in 2018. Ugh. Garner reportedly encouraged Affleck to seek help. You can just see her saying that too. Seek help, you bastard. Get off the couch. Get a job. Before his 40 before his 40-day stint in rehab in 2018. 40 days in rehab. He should make a song out of that. Affleck told Stern that ultimately he and Garner ended the marriage amicably. Did we have moments of tension? He said. Did we have disagreements over the custody? Was stuff difficult for us? Did we get angry? Yes. He asked himself the easy questions. He continued, but fundamentally, it was always underpinned with respect. I knew she was a good mom. I hoped that she knew that I was a good dad. Hoped. He hoped. I hope. Throw hope out the window, buddy. Hope is useless. I was a good dad. As long as as long as he knows, you have to be pretty bad when you're referencing yourself saying, I was a good dad. You can tell the truth. You can tell the truth coming out of this. That the things he's saying is BS. You can hear her words. If he's defending himself just in this one little, paragraph here, you know where he was at. I hope that she knew that I was a good dad. She's the mom. She wasn't there. See what he's doing. But whatever, man. And he acknowledged her when he said, "You're right. I've got to quit drinking." But that meant breaking up with her, because since that's the reason why he was sitting on the couch to begin with a bottle of scotch. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe not. A lot of people like to blame things on things, crutches and whatever. The pair share three children: Violet, Serafina, and Samuel. And the Tender Bar is in select theaters starting Friday on Amazon Prime, starting January 6th, if you care. If you want to go to a you know, uh-oh. Oh, I have to read this one. If you want to go to a movie theater and get COVID-19, go ahead. You know? Here we go. Ben is hurt after facing backlash over claims he blamed Jennifer Garner for his alcoholism. See, the one thing Ben doesn't understand still is that it's not a man's world right now. It's actually the opposite. It's if you're a dude, you are a target. You may as well hang a target on yourself, because everybody's going after. Even you know what? The only people acceptable to make fun of anymore seems like fat men. Because I see commercials where they still make fun of fat men, not overweight women, not fat women, but fat men. They celebrate fat women. But if you're a man, no matter what color you are, no matter what you are, you have a target on you. Maybe if you can play around with different things, you can kind of get away from it all and not be subject to persecution, male persecution. That's right. Okay, Affleck. Well, speaking up, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Garner's backlash has the Gone Girl actor hoping to clarify recent comments he made about his ex-wife. So now he's got to. Oh, this is going to be funny as hell. Affleck found himself at the center of a social media storm after his December 14th, 2021 appearance on the Howard Stern Show. Who just 2 days old, and he's doing the Texas sidestep already, where he spoke candidly about the reason for his divorce. Yeah, he told the truth. You know what? He spoke his mind, and now they're gonna beat him for it. Even when I was reading the article, I'm like, I can't believe they even come after him with the baseball bats yet. People like The View, Whoopi Goldberg, and the whole crew get some baseball bats, one of those Negan baseball bats with spikes, and go after poor little dude here, Ben Affleck. Let's see. The exes who share kids, yeah, we were talking about. During his interview with Stern, revealed that he felt trapped in his marriage. Part of why he started drinking was because he was trapped. He said at the time, noting he would probably still be drinking. Let's see. Well, we already know about that. So, following the interview, Affleck was reportedly shocked, to find out that his comments were making headlines. Oh man, you do an interview, of course, with Howard Stern, because people listen to him. You do the interview, you say, yeah, I was with her and she was horrible and drink a lot, and she's one of the reasons I started drinking in the first place. And then by the time you walk out of the door, see you, Howard. Good show, man. You're on the street, and then there's a newspaper right there saying, Ben Affleck make disparaging comments about women. You're a woman hater. You hate women. Blame your addictions on a woman. All right, let's see what they said. So, following his interview, he was shocked. We said that already. He said, I had gone I had gone on and said how much we respect each other and cared about each other and cared for our kids and put them first and went through our stuff, Affleck said during the appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live on December 15th, last night. Following his interview with Stern, they said that they said that let's see, he blamed his ex-wife for alcoholism and that he was trapped in his marriage just to make blah, 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 blah. We know this already. The Argo star went on to slam the clickbait headlines, quoting his verbatim comments. That's not true, he said. I don't believe that. It's the exact opposite of who I am. What? What the what's in your mother effing wallet? What? He turned into Little John. What? What? All right. What I, what I believe and what I never want my kids to think, I would never say a bad word about their mom. It hurts my feelings. Maybe he was drinking scotch on the Howard Stern show and he kind of just let it loose. During his original interview with Stern, Affleck also described why his marriage to Garner didn't work. He said the truth was we took our time, we made a decision, we grew apart, we had a marriage that did not work. Well, you see, that doesn't fit the narrative to all the other women out there who want to get married, and they don't want any of those guys to have their brain poisoned by Ben Affleck saying, Oh man, because look at Ben Affleck. He's got money. He's a good-looking guy. He's world famous. He can have basically any woman. He's probably been with all of them anyway. And here he is suffering in a relationship, getting tanked up. You know, you think that the machine wants all the men out there to see this, or even women out there to see this? It doesn't fit the narrative of get together, get married, have a bunch of kids, and spend, spend, spend. Right? It doesn't fit the narrative of consumerism. Anyway, during his original interview with Stern, honestly, we already read that. Let's see. He said, "This happens to somebody I respect." Oh, so he's just, man, is he backpedaling? He continued, and then we said, you know what? We tried. We tried because we had kids, and the both of us. I bet it was a terrible marriage, and they ended up having kids because they thought both of them think that's going to bring them closer together. It's going to save their marriage. There's a lot of people out there that do that, you know. And then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. This is why it's way more important to if you are gonna get married, and man, that's going out. You should do your research first. But if you are, it's important to have that long engagement. It's important to know who you are marrying, spend time around them, sleep in the bed with them, wake up next to them and smell them and look at them and see if that's really what you want to be with for the rest of your natural life, right? Rest of your natural life. Anyway, but you see now he's backpedaling. I love that. And there's a huge ad here underneath with Jennifer Lopez. It says "The True Love by Jennifer Lopez." The hell is that? Whatever it is $10. What is true love? Oh, is that a book? They're selling a book right under the article about Ben Affleck backpedaling on that Hagatha he was with, who made him drink so much. Now he's got the beautiful, vivacious Jennifer Lopez, J Lo, selling her book. $10 ain't bad. For more about Ben Affleck, check out True Love by Jennifer Lopez. The 2014 memoir covers the Jenny on the Block singer's career and personal life, from her start as a dancer to where she and Ben had ended their engagement 17 years before getting back together again. So here he is. I was on the couch drinking booze like a pirate, naked, and I hated that woman. She's horrible. She's like, it's like being around a block of ice. That's how I vision Jennifer Garner. She reminds me of a block of ice. Just another block of ice. Anyway, let me get. I like this J Lo. It's cool they sell J Lo's book right under this the painful Jennifer Garner. And now when she reads it to read about herself, she can see J Lo's new book. She'll probably buy it. You think Dad should get one for free? So Kim Kardashian. This is my favorite couple. Ben and J Lo and Kim Kardashian and whoever she's with today. Kim Kardashian thinks it's strange that Kanye keeps saying he wants her back when he's living with his girlfriend. Oh, living with his girlfriend. You see, this is why she's out there torturing him with Pete Davidson. He's just the transition guy. He's swept up. You could tell by his face that he's like a deer in the headlights. He doesn't even know what the hell's happening. He looks like one of the little possums that look up in the middle of the road before they get truncated, before they get destroyed by some tractor trailer. Poor, poor little possum. Possums are our friend. They eat fire ants, they eat ticks. The possum will eat tick nests and whatever. So possum is your friend. Anyway, in case you missed it, Kim Kardashian filed paperwork asking to be declared legally single amid her divorce from Kanye West. And let's see. Uh, Page 6 reports that she filed the paperwork because she's embarrassed by Kanye's recent public displays of affection, with a source explaining Kim is making a statement by doubling down that she's single. She thinks that it's strange that Kanye keeps wanting her back, all while he's living with Venetria at his Malibu house. Venetria. This news comes amid Kim dropping West from her last name. And just before, let's say, just days after Kanye changed the lyrics of Runaway to I Need You to Run Right Back, Baby. More specifically, Kimberly. That's the name of the song now. I need you to run right back, baby. More specifically, Kimberly. During a performance that Kim herself was watching. So this is the game they're playing. She wants to see this guy destroy himself in front of everybody because that's her pleasure. She's getting happiness from that. She's torturing the dude and then hanging out with this Pete Davidson, talking about having babies with him or whatever, torturing him. And this is what they do. She'll end up back with this dude. They got a bunch of kids. She just wants him to. This is what women do. You're your happy-go-lucky self, right? You meet someone, you get into a relationship. They like you because of your happy-go-lucky self. Sometimes they'll even kind of mimic your personality to kind of get right in there, thinking, "Ooh, I have a lot in common with this person." But meanwhile, they're kind of just putting on that facade, right? And then they see this person saying, "He seems too happy. I think that I need to change that about him." And then they slowly, painfully nag you to do the or be the person they think you should be, but not accept you for the person that you are. Does that make sense? That's what I see out there anyway. Maybe you're not in that type of situation, and good that you're not. But this is what I see, and this is what I hear, and this is what I've been through myself, my life. But this is what I see from a lot of people too. So she's torturing. I just see her being happy she could torture this guy, right? In her filing, Kim herself explained that there was irreconcilable differences and they have existed and continue to exist between West and me, which have caused their marriage to break down. No counseling or reconciliation effort will be of any value at this time. Sounds like a thing you get in the mail. You've been rejected. West and I both deserve the opportunity to build new lives. Therefore, I am asking that my request terminate our marriage status. This is what she wrote to the judge, right? The documents also noted that there is no question the marriage of the parties is no longer viable. Kardashian has no desire to reconcile with West and wants their marriage terminated. Terminated. FYI, Kim will be declared legally single if a judge chooses to sign off on the paperwork. There you go. So that's that for that, right? And you think, okay, it's over. Right? It's over. Mm, let's see. Is it really over? So what she was talking about was shortly after Kanye West begged for Kim Kardashian to run right back to him at a concert. Kim reportedly filed legally single. So that's how it happened there. He's got this concert, and she's on his mind. Look at his little sad face, you know, with his demon bride. Let's see. I think we already summarized that in the other article, so we don't have to get into that. And then here's all these pictures of her like hanging all over Pete Davidson. He's out there giving the finger to the camera. You know who he's giving the finger to. And he looks like a happy-go-lucky guy. He looks like somebody. Hey, look, they got Flava Flav. Hey, Flava Flav. I haven't seen that guy in forever. That Flava Flav is Flava Flav. I know his real name, William Drayton. I actually know the guy from Long Island, man. He lived in Roosevelt, and I used to hang around the studio, and those guys would come around. Chuck D, Flavor Flav, Flavor Flav, cool man. You think Pete Davis is just chilling and having a good time with all it, or you think that he actually is like thinks that she's like serious about him? You know, she probably looked out there in Hollywood and said, "Who could I date that would completely destroy Kanye? Like completely destroy him? Who's the worst possible? You know the girls who go out with like the worst possible guy just to get back at the parents. I was that guy." I was I was the one the girl would date to get back at the parents. I dated a Hasidic girl for a short time. She was trying to get away from the trade. You should have seen her parents when I walked through the door. Oy, oy vey. Yeah. Anyway, all right. 2021 definitely has had its obstacles, but not for Pete Davidson, apparently. He continued to serial date Hollywood's hottest stars. Phoebe Dynevor, I don't know who that is, and Kim Kardashian. I know there was some girl who was like hunting him down on these shows, saying that they need to be together and whatever. That's cool, man. She must be that girl. So let's see. Here we go. What is this? Twitter's appetite for jokes were voracious, as Pete's appetite for as well. Here were the 18 best tweets about him in 2021, if you care. Pete Davidson is dating the Finnish Prime Minister. Ha ha. Did you tell your girl you love her today, or does Pete Davidson have to do it? Huh? It's not even funny. I'm not trying to start a rumor, but I just passed Pete Davidson and Michelle Obama holding hands on the street. Kim Kardashian walking into Pete Davidson's apartment for the first time, and there's a picture of Hillary, like staring at stuff. This apartment's all wrecked. There you go. Melinda Gates is now dating Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson getting passed around like a middle school vape. I think Pete Davidson just texts back real quick. There you go. If you put out Pete Davidson and, and Chet Hanks if you put Pete Davidson and Chet Hanks in one room, the amount of "I can fix him" energy would rip the fabric of reality. That's funny. Everyone is always like, how is Pete Davidson doing this? And I guarantee you he's just saying, want to hang out? It's as simple as that sometimes. When Andy Warhol said everyone would be famous for 15 minutes, I'm not sure he meant if it would be by dating Pete Davidson. Kanye gotta box Pete Davidson is the only way. A boxing match. There you go. Kim K, after she went on a date with Pete Davidson in Staten Island, there's a picture of one of those Jersey guys. It's not even funny. Let's see. If Pete Davidson was a woman living in Massachusetts in 1692, he'd be put on trial for witchcraft. Queen Elizabeth spotted with Pete Davidson in 6 months after her husband's death. Hey, Queen's mine. Hands off, Pete Davidson. I'm already been there, done that, buddy. Not really, but I will. Oh no, I am dating Pete Davidson. Trending in news. Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson is a little cartoony thing. I don't know. I think the guy's funny. I think that you know what if he's sitting back and he's having a good time, and he doesn't get hurt by any of these freaks, then he's doing all right. He's doing all right, man. So, last story and my final ha ha of the night. Kristen Davis, 56 years old, says she's angry about comments about her stage and body FU. All right, in case you don't know who she is, Kristen Davis is speaking out about how focus on her weight and now her age as she returns to the screen as a 55-year-old Charlotte York Goldenblatt, and just like that, she left angry. Speaking Sunday, the Sex and the City actress addressed the attention she and co-stars Sarah Jessica Parker, and Cynthia Nixon have received as they reprise roles that they originally played back in their 30s before they totally hit the wall. Parker has previously called out the horrible misogynist chatter. So it's not people's opinions; it's misogyny, right? About women aging. Adding, "What am I going to do about it? Stop aging or disappear?" So, not to mention the fact, how many people doing Botox? How many people tightening? How many people getting all these facials and this and this and that and whatever, right? All in the effort to stay young. They don't stop drinking booze to stay young. They don't stop smoking cigarettes to stay young, right? Some, but they want this. And you know what's funny? All right, let me get on. This woman's frustrated that their on-screen alter ego is covered up in gray hair in this new series. Davis is fed up with the scrutiny and the paparazzi's efforts to get bad pictures of the 50-something stars on the set. Everyone wants to comment pro or nay or whatever on our hair, our faces, and this and that or whatever. The level of intensity of it was a shock. Oh, she's like Ben Affleck when he walked out of Howard Stern. Oh, I feel angry, and I don't want to feel angry all the time. And so, and she shouldn't have gone back into show business, man. So I don't look at it. I just know it's there, she added. So in all this world of woke people, in all this world of hands off, you can't insult people or whatever, these are the people on this show that set the standard to begin with. And here they are, 20 years later, they come back and they're being criticized for the way they look and all these other things that they are that they don't want to acknowledge, or they're mad because people are saying that. Yeah, that's what kind of world of haters you guys created. You created this world, Sex in the City. They would write articles every week about how I was pear shaped, which I didn't feel was a compliment at the time, she shared. She's pear shaped. Some people are. It would stress me out a fair amount. Better than being apple shaped, you know what I mean? It would stress me out watermelon shaped. It stressed me out a fair amount of time, but I couldn't avoid it. I kind of feel like that's how it is now too. But I also feel like I'm going to be blunt. I feel like F you people. She should have called Samuel Jackson, man. He would have helped her out. Like, come over here and do it better. You know what I mean. Like, what are you doing? What is she even talking about? Here's this woman like completely losing it. you know, that's the problem with social media, right? Is that you don't know that those people, who they are and what they're doing, Davis added. You don't know anything about them. They're just hurling bombs at you. It makes me angry. Makes me proud to be a troll. It makes me proud that I did a little bit of good in this world. Davis, who also opened up about her love life and experience as a single adopted mom of two black children, ages 10 and 3. Why does she have to say black? You know what I mean? Who said black? Why do people always have to put the color? How come people are always talking about you're racist and then they claim the color? Or these people who are so overly sensitive about what they are that automatically you're some kind of hater because they're overly sensitive. Why black? How about she's a single adoptive mom of two children, ages 10 and 3? So yeah, she went on to argue that mature women deserve more representation. As a single mom myself, life is not over at all. And it's so ridiculous that we do not have more representation. Listen to her saying, like, I'm the single mom. We all of a sudden she adopts two kids and then she is the mom of the world. She's the single mom. We don't have this. And I'm an old crusty bag on TV and people don't like it. You know what? I feel like people have this idea that that you're done, you're finished, your worldview is done, your friends are done, and your relationships are done. No, no, no. She actually wrote that. I think they should just put her in a box and point the camera at her, man. You know, they're going to get more of an interesting thing going on there. Anyway, I think once you hit 40, you and everyone else, everyone up to Betty White, and I say Betty White because she's turning 100 next year, are in the same group. You're old. Are you saying 40 is the same as 100? This woman's got some issues, man. So I have to end the show. You know what I'm going to say to that? What's in your mother effing wallet? That's what I say to her. What's in your mother effing wallet? I'll see you guys next week on the Red Pill News. I love you all. Mwah, 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 mwah. Adios, muchachos.